Hi, today we're here to show you what you get when you purchase the Couture Creations GoCut and Emboss die cutting and embossing machine. You will get the new machine with the gold finishing. Your handle will come separately with an Allen key and a screw that you will use to attach the handle to the machine. We've already done this one, as you can see. You'll simply pop the screw through here when you've got the handle lined up, tighten it with your Allen key, being sure not to over tighten it, and then you can seal all of that with the little plug that comes with it so that your machine will look like this, nice and finished beautifully for you to work with. Additionally, in your box, you're going to get your base plate, which is commonly referred to as your A plate, which you'll usually be using at the base. You'll also get 2 B plates, which you're going to use for embossing sandwiches. And you're also going to get your die adapter plate, which is also referred to as a C plate. Additionally, you're going to get the metal adapter plate, which you can use for when you're either wanting to add a shim into your stack or when you actually want to cut with wafer thin dies as well. So we're going to show you those few options now. So for a general embossing sandwich, you'll just take your A plate and your 2 B plates. If you're working with the Couture Creations brand embossing folders, all you need to do is take a piece of cardstock, place it within this emboss folder, put it inside the sandwich of plates, and then run that through your machine once. Whether you do that towards you or away doesn't matter, just so that you can see the sandwich. And as you can see, you've got your beautiful embossed design on one side and your debossed design on the other side. If you want to do cutting with Couture Creations dies, you can actually take your die adapter plate and one of your B plates. Now, if you place your B plate down here, take one of your dies, place it with the die edges facing upwards so that they're actually going to do the cutting for you this way. We can also use some of the Couture Creations quick release die paper, which comes already pre-cut to the width of your plates. It comes with a serrated edge here ready just to tear off so that you can just tear the section you need. Place it over your die and then lay down a piece of your cardstock or whatever paper you're wishing to cut out of. Place your C plate, the die adapter plate, on top. It's slightly thicker than your B plate, and run that through. Just the once is enough. These machines have got excellent pressure. They come with full metal internal gears and a 3-year warranty on those. We remove our cutting plate now, our quick release die paper waste material there, and we take our die. We can simply give this a nice little tap, and because we have our quick release die paper in there, our die is just going to fall out of there for us, and we're not going to have very much left in there to be cleaning up. If you're working with a die that doesn't cut crisply like that and you'd actually need some additional support, you can use your metal adapter plate either as a shim, which you will place in underneath your bottom plate here, so that it's actually between your base plate and your B plate. And that's just going to increase the pressure between the plates so that when you're rolling through with some of those other dies that don't have such a good cutting edge as the Couture Creations ones, you can actually use that combination, then still put your die in and your plate on top and run that through, and that should help you get a much better finish for those. If you were trying to cut thin fabrics or wanting to actually use a die where it's quite a large area and it doesn't get the pressure in the centre of it, what you can actually do is take your metal adapter plate and use it as a cutting plate as well. So in this instance, you would actually put down your die, you would actually put down your quick release die paper again over the top just to help keep it clean. Pop your cardstock on there, and this time, and this is great when you've got bigger dies and dies with a lot of detail, use your metal adapter plate as the actual cutting plate. You'll still need to use your die C plate on top of that, and you'll run that one through. Now, we don't need to have a larger plate, a larger die, so we don't need to see that happening there because we've already shown how well that works. They're your options with the plates that you've got. The only other thing that you might need to know is if you're using emboss folders from another company that might already be thicker in the way that they're manufactured, what you can actually do is alternate the stack that you've got. So if you're working with emboss folders from another company that may be a bit thicker and they give you some resistance when you're going through, That may happen in the initial stages. As with any machine, they will loosen up over time, but initially this machine has such great pressure for working with your dies and emboss folders that you may find that your 2B plates are just too thick with an emboss folder. Do not force your machine. Never force it, just in case you blow the gears. What you need to do is actually change your stack. So what we're going to do, instead of using 2B plates that we would normally use for embossing, we can actually thin that stack out by changing over to your metal adapter plate and your die adapter plate. Let's just show you how that will work. So this time, if we take an emboss folder that's thicker than a Couture Creations one, and we're going to put our cardstock inside that. You must have your metal plate against something thick to protect it. Don't ever have it at the very bottom or very top of the stack against the rollers as it goes through. Simply run that through, and you'll see how easy that was to go through. And you've still got a perfect design there to work with. Okay, so that's your alternative. If you've got an emboss folder that gives you resistance, you can, because you've got all of those plates provided in the first place, you can adapt the stack that you're working with so that you don't have any trouble with that and you don't force your machine. Hope you have fun with your machine, and look forward to talking to you next time when we've got something great to show you.